This is the rather lovely Kirton Wood. It's a Notts Wildlife Trust Reserve, and it's saw a lot of removal of ash trees during the winter months and the latter part of the late spring period. Apparently that was to remove any trees that were really suffering with ash dieback. Ash dieback is prevalent throughout Nottinghamshire, but especially so in an ash woodland such as Kirton Wood here. Anyway, I'm here for a quick wheezy wander to pass an hour on. While we're still in May, I'd recommend a visit to Kirton Wood and a visit to see this. It's a very common plant which I've featured recently, and it's cow parsley. For some reason, Kirton Wood is absolutely chock bang full of the stuff, and the scent from these beautiful dainty cow parsley flowers is really heady. It's a strong fragrance. Virtually all of Kirton Wood is carpeted with the stuff, and under the canopy of the trees, the white flowers of the cow parsley almost create a mist. It's a beautiful scene. Kirton Wood's a delightful little woodland. It is only small, it's not a large area by any means, but it's good for this. By this, I mean the bird song. It's quite an echoey wood because it's not open, or particularly open. The bird song really echoes, so it's a great place to come plonk yourself down and lose yourself within the sounds of a UK woodland. One of the great songsters here this morning is a song thrush, which is calling just off to the left. You can tell song thrush songs because it's usually phrases that are repeated once, but separate phrases, so you'll hear the same phrase twice. This is the Red-headed Cardinal Beetle. This is Pyrocroa serraticornis. In Nottinghamshire, this is the most widespread of the two species that we have. Easily recognised by being a duller red than the similar Pyrocroa coccinea, but this one, being called the Red-headed Cardinal Beetle, not surprisingly has a red head. It's more of a russety red than the vibrant red of coccinea. Here at Kirton Wood, in this one small area of a few square metres, there's at least 7 or 8 individuals. I love cardinal beetles. Certainly one of the county's most vibrant species, and the antenna you may be able to see there is really heavily serrated. In Sherwood, very occasionally you can get false scorpions attaching themselves to the legs and hitching a free ride on the legs of Pyrocroa coccinea. Presumably it occurs within this species, although as far as I'm aware no false scorpions, although they undoubtedly occur at Kirton Wood, are actually known from here. There's a little job for somebody when I'm long gone. This is the main ride, or the main track that runs through Kirton Wood. It's a beautiful ride. It's had some work done to open it up in the last few years, and it really has sort of benefited from that. This particular area is really flower rich. Lots of forget-me-not here. Also speedwell lining the edges of the path, and you may well be able to see the red campion and the cow parsley just further down. It's been well visited by a number of butterflies. It's just a beautiful bit of woodland. And here's another very common beetle to look out for. This is much smaller, only around about ½ an inch long, but this is the malachite beetle. This is Malachias bipustulatus, if you want the pre-decimalised name. It's a very common species, especially at Sherwood Forest. You'll find it quite often on the grass, but also low vegetation. In woodlands such as Kirton Wood, it's not so common, but it's a species to look out for. It's metallic green. I don't want to disturb it too much. It's metallic green, but on the end of the elytra are the 2 red spots that you can see there. It's a quite attractive species. I'll put a photo in here, and it's usually a species that isn't as confiding as this individual is. It's not bad really, just sat in the partial shade of these ash trees here at Kirton Wood, watching one of Nottinghamshire's most beautiful and colourful beetles being serenaded by a song thrush. There's certainly worse places I could think of being, and this isn't one of them. Kirton Wood's a very quiet wood. You get the occasional dog walker, but otherwise it's pretty rarely used, and you can sit off the main ride that goes through the wood, and you can sit there and probably sit there for an hour or so and not see a soul, but you'll see plenty of these. Well, starting to cloud over a bit, and there's a bit of a breeze building up. There's a chance of a thunderstorm apparently. Anyway, it's been nice to have a little hour sat away in the middle of Kirton Wood. It's a great place to come. If you get in one of the 2 car parking spaces that are at the gates, you're in for a very pleasant hour. Especially I recommend it this time of year, this second half of May, while the cow parsley is in full flower. The smell is glorious, and as you go further down into Kirton Wood, not that Kirton Wood's a large wood by any means, then you get the smell of wild garlic. Free song of the chiff chaff as well. Lovely. Lovely.